couldn't do anything but being a sculptor, I think. I hate school and being seated the whole day listening to somebody. So I started carving, little sticks and things when I was a kid, 5 years or something. The base for everything I do, especially for this project, is this very old-fashioned forging. Just anvil and blacksmithing, which is a way of modeling steel. Very different to see something welded, but something sort of where you can see the hammer like the finger of the thumb of the sculptor in steel.
We had a project coming up with Concord 8X. We wanted to run an international design competition for the site. And so I talked to the client and he said, gee, I really like the work. Let's put him in the competition.
I thought it was a fantastic opportunity to connect our navigation, south of the world navigation, Pacific, with your San Lorenzo River and all that. It was very much in our souls. So, and I started looking for emblematic boats or schooners or whatever. And I find these two schooners who were sunk. It wasn't a war thing, though there was a battle, but they were not sunk by other, by bullets, but by the wind, the element, nature. The sculpture represents the moment this schooner is taken by the wind and is begin to sink. So it's a kind of a flying, it's very much in the air. You see the hull of the boat 7 meters high. So it's kind of a flying canoe.
He entered a submission and the jury took one look at it and said, no more competition, we're just going to give the commission to this fellow. He made a model and sent it to me. And it was interesting because the morning that I walked into the office, everything stopped. People stopped talking and they all looked. And people just sort of came and gravitated, and I had this crowd around me looking at this model, and it was fantastic. Can you imagine what it's going to be like when it's 65 feet tall?
The person will be like that, here.
Sitting in a reflecting pool right in downtown Toronto. Just beyond our site is Lake Ontario. So the whole relationship of the sculpture and the site, the scale of the thing, it's fantastic. So we're really, really excited.
We load the truck, put everything on top of the truck.
Well, it's a pretty old truck.
And then go down this little road.
We've had torrential rain, and the road at best is pretty scary. Now it's really scary. Part of it was washed out, so needed to have a little hasty job, and there were guys out on the road with shovels trying to fill in some of the deeper ruts. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. But, people in Chile tend to have this very sort of positive attitude about things in life, and it'll all work out and we don't have to worry because, it'll just be, and it'll be there.
Then cross the river through Maipo, go through Santiago. Get it to a container, that will be a complicated thing.
Francisco's not entirely sure that it'll fit into one container. He took the maquette of the artwork, the small model, took it all apart and built a small maquette of the container, and he managed to get all the little maquette pieces to work together. It's a little different when you're handling pieces of steel that weigh, a few 100 pounds or even 1,000 pounds.
I'm really grateful because it will be a fantastic opportunity to, I won't say only for me, but for improving cultural relation between Canada and Chile, I think.
How did you get it in? How did you take it?
Just unload.
The piece arrived, pretty much on time, and came out of the crate intact, and the pieces are being assembled.
Let's put the other, and then we.
There's been a lot of excitement and a lot of pent-up excitement because we've seen the maquettes and we've been thinking about this for a long time.
This is one of the most complicated things I've ever put together.
They're just getting ready to finish grinding, fixing up one of the assembly of one of the masts. What they're going to have to do is move the mast out of the way, bring the boat back as far as we can so that we can then attach the mast to the boat and get the first really big pieces fastened all over the place. So we'll see.
I am the helper, Francisco. I work with him 30 years, but all time is a new challenge for me. Translate the exactly maquette to the biggest scale.
We usually use a drawing, but we're actually using a little model. So that's the first time I've ever did that.
It's a very old way of working. We only work with the maquette. All the measurements are here. Today, engineers work with three-dimensional plans, computerized. I think still the brain is able to do it without any help.
They even know which angle everything's got to go. And I don't know, it's amazing. They're very, very, very smart, I think, for sure.
It's our largest scale project, probably one of the largest scale components of anything we've done either in Vancouver or Toronto. When I first saw the maquette and I saw the shape of it and I saw that it was cantilevered, at an angle, and I saw the two, what I think are two very small steel plates that are holding it into place, just a few bolts. I quietly went to our engineers, Yales, and asked them, are you sure this is okay?
Those bolts sticking out of the concrete, those are the anchoring points of the artwork. And onto this, we will put a big plate, which is properly manufactured, which is actually right beside us here. And the bolts are coming through here. And the leg of the artwork will be welded to this plate.
Without even blinking, our engineer said, oh, no, don't worry, everything is fine.
These plates are bolted into the concrete structure below us. So for this to overturn, it should pull out from the concrete structure, which is not possible.
And there's the Chilean consul. Alfredo, good morning. I'm very well. We're going to be lifting the structure probably the next 10 or 15 minutes. So.
We'll take the boat from here with a crane and it go up.
Oh yeah, boom, boom, it'll be up, it's fine.
And then we turn. Sounds simple, but
Norm went out and got some new straps, so he'd been using 5,000 pound straps, which, you know, it's not going to hold the whole thing, so these are rated for 20,000 pounds each, so that we've got a bit of backup. The smaller crane is going to hold the lower portion of the piece in position so that it doesn't over-rotate.
to stop the thing doing that.
The tendency is to go all the way over.
10, 15 minutes, I finish.
Okay, good.
10 or 15 minutes
It
still.
doesn't matter because he has to sling.
Yeah, but you can't have people welding when he's slinging because it'll burn the slings. Why are they cutting off the brace? This is the part where your stomach starts to go like this. It's knowing what can happen. Guys, be careful.
That location, come down. No good, come down. Come down. Well, bit more, Pete.
Didn't hit the building, didn't hit the crane, didn't fall down.
I think it looks really sharp.
It's a piece of art. Beautiful piece of art.
When I see this boat is left, I just cry. For me, it's very important because it's my works too.
This object was made on top of the mountains in the Andes. And then, you know, we put it in a truck and then in a container, and then it crossed 2 oceans. And then we came here. And we stay here like a symbol. The dreams of navigation, like Phoenicians, Romans, Vikings, Inuit people, Mapuche from the south, they're always sort of navigating, sailing. So this could be a symbol of that, navigation in America. I think it's a very powerful thing, you know, this sculpture. The more I look at it, the more I like it.